There are fat people who argue with fit people about whether or not it's possible to get in shape. And no matter what it is that the fit people say, no matter how many times they tell them that it is possible with hard work and dedication and fixing your diet and a consistent gym routine, the fat people will still argue and say that it's not possible and it's different for them because of their genetics or their thyroid or whatever other magical thing it is that they would like to talk about that excuses them from ever having to actually try. And they will say these things even if the person that they're talking to used to be fat. There are people who were once 400 pounds who lost 250, 220, whatever the case may be, some odd pounds, got in great shape, and tell other fat people that it's possible to do the same. And those fat people will still sit there and argue that it is not. There are poor people who will spend their time arguing with rich people about whether or not it's possible to make money. And no matter what the rich people tell them about working hard and dedication and consistency, the poor people will still sit there and dispute it and say it's not possible and it's different for them because of the situation that they came from in society and their race and all of these other things. Even if the person that they are talking to used to be poor or is the same race as them or came from a similar background or whatever, they will still not accept that it is possible. There are depressed people who argue with happy people, saying that it's not possible to be happy, even if those happy people used to be depressed. There are all kinds of people in stupid situations, in stupid positions, who are arguing with people who are in better positions, who have done the things that they would like to do, telling them that it is not possible, even when the person who is telling them has overcome the very excuses that they insist are holding them back. They still sit there and say it is not possible. Somehow, in their mind, they believe that they know better. The fat people think they know more about getting in shape than the people who are in shape. The poor people think that they know more about making money than rich people. Depressed people think they know more about moods than happy people. It is absolutely insane to be in a position in which you do not want to be and be so arrogant and short-sighted as to argue with the people who are where you want to be as to why it is that you cannot get there too. And the worst part is there are people in neutral positions. There are people who aren't really fat but aren't in shape who want to get in shape. There are people who are not making a lot of money but who aren't poor per se, who wants to make money. There are people who just have neutral moods who want to be happier, and they default to listening to the people in the position that they don't want to be in. We going with the person who is not fat and not fit who wants to get fit. More of those people listen to the fat people than the fit people. More of the people in the middle of the road, bank account wise, income wise, listen to the poor people than the rich people. They listen to the poor people saying it's not possible for you to make money and ignore what the rich people are telling them, even though the rich people are where it is that they would like to be. That is absolute insanity. And if you are not in the position that you want to be in, and you see somebody who is in the position that you want to be in, and you reject their advice in favor of the perspective of another person who is not in the position that they want to be in, then you do not deserve to get to where it is that you want to be. I know society has brainwashed and confused everybody into thinking that the appropriate person to learn something from is not the person doing the thing. This is why people sit online arguing whether or not it's okay for trainers to be fat or whether or not fat trainers can get people in shape. It is an asinine argument. It is ridiculous because the very concept of it is based on the rewarding of a lack of effort. The fact of the matter is, if you want to teach people how to get in shape, you yourself should be in shape. period. You could go with all of this other feel good nonsense that you like, and well, they could still learn the stuff and tell you the steps. Yes, they absolutely can. Just like an alcoholic, an active alcoholic who is drunk every single night could tell you the 12 steps that you go through in AA. It doesn't mean that that's the person that you should be listening to. It is ridiculous. And part of this is based around the idea of that from the time that you are very, very young, you are told to go to school, you are told to go to college, and you were told to learn how to live life from people who are not doing the things that you want to do. You learn how to be an engineer from people who are not engineers. You get a business degree from classes that are taught by people who do not run businesses. You learn about psychology from people who are not psychologists. It is ridiculous. If you want to learn from somebody, look at the person who has done the thing that you would like to do. You should never, ever in your life take advice from somebody who is not where you want to be. And I know some people will argue with that, and they will say that, well, if someone's in a bad position, they can at the very least tell you how it is that they got there. No, they can't. Because if they fully, truly understood how it is that they got there, then they would not be there still, because they would do what it takes to get back to the better position or to improve that position. When people who are truly aware of why they are fat and they don't want to be fat, they are no longer fat. There is not a single fat person in the world who truly does not want to be fat and knows why they are fat who is still fat. There is not a single person in the world who truly does not want to be poor, who understands why they are poor and is still poor. There are people who act like they want to be in better shape. There are people who act like they want to lose weight. There are people who act like they want to lose money, but those are just concepts. They want to lose weight, or they want to get in shape, or they want to make money in the exact same way that I want to learn how to skateboard. If a magical wizard genie came up to me and said, hey, I can wave this wand or my magic genie hand, whatever the case may be, right now, and you will have the ability to skateboard, I would say yes, but I don't want to actually learn how to skateboard, so I'm not going to dedicate my time to trying to figure out how to skateboard. So in one sense, I want to learn how to skateboard, but I don't truly want to learn how to skateboard because I'm not willing to do what it takes to learn how to skateboard. And that is the way that most people want things. They want things to just happen. They want to complain about society enough, or complain about how some people make so much money and they make so little, and they want to be so self-righteous about it that somehow they will just magically be given a robust bank account. That's how most people want things. They wish, they dream, and they fantasize, but they don't truly want it. Anyone who truly wants a thing has it. And anyone who truly wants a thing and understands why they don't have the thing has it even more. So if somebody is not in the position that you would like to be in, even if they were once fit and are now fat, if they truly understood how it is that they got fat, they would no longer be fat. You should not take advice from them. This is like getting directions from a person who is lost. Sure, they can kind of tell you how it is that they got lost by going somewhere that they didn't understand, but they can't tell you how to get back on the right path because they themselves don't know where the path is. If they did, then they wouldn't be lost. This is a very, very straightforward and common sense thing, but that has gotten twisted and lost in the world of today because everyone has all of these stupid feel-good narratives and this idea that everyone is valuable and everyone has something to bring to the table and everyone is worth something. That is absolutely not true. Everybody is not valuable. Everybody does not have something to bring to the table, and everybody is not worth something. Everybody can be if they are willing to do the work, but nobody is willing to do the work. All they want to do is sit there and complain and argue about whether or not you could be an out of shape trainer. It's a ridiculous, ridiculous argument. If you hire an out of shape trainer, then you deserve to be an out of shape person. If you let a poor person tell you that it's not possible to make money when you hear rich people telling you that it's possible to make money, then you deserve to be a poor person. And I know some people jump directly to a thing. I don't teach anybody how to make money. I have zero money making courses or money making anything along those lines. But I am still telling you that it is possible to make money. If you want to learn how to do that, go find somebody who is not me to teach you. But at the end of the day, it's absolutely possible to make money no matter how poor that you are. I was more poor than most people. I was homeless. I ate once a week at a time when I was no longer homeless. Point is, I was broke as shit, and now I'm not. And it's fucking amazing. And my life is great because I did not listen to poor people telling me that I could not do better things. I'm in better shape than I have ever been because I listened to people who were in shape telling me that it was possible to get in shape. I took advice from people who did the things that I would like to do. Anything other than that is asinine. This is why college is a waste of money. Yes, I understand that you need a degree if you want to be a doctor, or if you want to be a lawyer, or if you want to be an engineer or something of that sort. But by and large, it is a waste of money if you are not going for one of those fields, if you are not trying to be a thing that you absolutely need a degree to be. And quite honestly, you don't even really need a degree to be an engineer. You can just go open up your own engineering company, assuming you know how to engineer and can find other people who know how to engineer. But you understand the point that I'm making. The point is, if you are not getting a degree that you directly need to get a job and you don't want that job, is absolute waste of money, because there is nothing dumber, there is nothing more self-defeating than taking advice from people who are not where it is that you would like to be. There are too many people who are doing the things that you want to do, telling you how to do it for you to not want to be there. And there are too many people who are proving these concepts, proving these things are possible, proving it's possible to be fat and get in shape, proving it's possible to be poor and make money, proving it's possible to overcome your depression and become happy, and all of these things for you to listen to the people who failed, listen to the people who succeeded. And I know people say there's lessons to be learned in the failure, and yes, there absolutely is, but the people who have succeeded have failed along the way. The people who have not succeeded have quit. They didn't dedicate enough time to actually learn the lessons. Stop letting people who do not know where it is that they are going lead you astray.